Hello everyone. In this video I'm going to show you how to make my Nautilus Flux Trident Killer modular. What I mean by that is that I want to adapt it so that you can put it under different units of a farm that might not be directly connected to a central storage. Here you can see the Nautilus Flux Trident Killer as I completed it in my previous tutorial. Now we're going to tear down part of it and make it so that only the Nautilus shells are caught and recycled, and the rest of the loot and XP can go on to a remote storage location. This will allow you to put the Nautilus Flux filter on different modules of a farm that uses split density in the larger spawning radius that came for simulation distances 6 and higher in 1.16.100 and above. So, to begin, we're going to take out the repeater and make a new loot line there. Take out all of this. Break all this down. We're going to take out these filters because we're no longer going to be filtering the loot right under the killer. We're going to be doing it sending it to be done elsewhere. Chop, 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 chop. Now this modification is also going to make it more compact, so we can take out this connection, take out the bottom dropper there. We only are going to need 4. This guy is watching with amusement, I guess. Alright, if you saw my recent video on filtering non-stackables, I'm basically going to adapt what I did with the non-stackable filter that's modular to this Nautilus Flux filter. Alright, get rid of those guys. We're going to put droppers right here. Actually, I need 2 of them, so let me block this up for a sec. There. And now we're going to that and that. And we can use now a regular hopper to collect the loot from the killer. Put the repeater back on top of there. Now those guys that are getting killed will stay in the Trident Killer. Alright, let me switch to glass there. And actually I'm done with the dropper too. May need some more ice as we work through this. Alright, so now we have a hopper that's going to collect the loot, and we can put a slab on top of this glass, and that will allow XP to go past. And watch my recent XP and non-stackable filtering video if you want to understand better why that works. Let's see, let's close off this line right here. The XP is going to go there. Now, we're going to filter Nautilus shells from here and pipe them back into the flux system over there. So we no longer need that either. No longer need that. Alright, so we want to set, alright, so all of the items are going to come through this hopper pipe, and we're going to set up this hopper as the filter. In order to set that up, we'll need to put the filtering circuit here first so that we can lock the hopper underneath. And we're actually going to make it, the comparator, go into a block here so that we can extend the signal in some other ways. So let's do like this. Okay. Block there, and torch here, so that will lock the bottom hopper. Now we can put our filtering items in. And you'll notice that I'm not setting this up with overflow protection. This is going to be a line that's only too long, but it doesn't need to be overflow protected because we're going to do something a little different to protect this filter. I'm going to put another block off to the side like this, and dust here. So now whenever the comparator reads that there's extra Nautilus shells in there, it will unlock the bottom hopper to let them be pulled through, of course, but at the same time it's going to lock that filtering hopper so it can't pull any more down. And this is going to cause this filter to only pull down one shell at a time. Now, one thing this does is make sure we don't get an overload of shells in here as you run your farm over time. So it will allow excess shells to pass by and go on to the rest of the loot. It also will allow you to use this same circuit to power the droppers. So this torch off the bottom here is going to be cycled anytime a shell is filtered. It'll power the bottom dropper, and this line of dust powering that block will activate the bottom dropper, and actually this dust will hard power this dropper, which will activate the one above and below. So now this filtering circuit will pull shells through, and let's see if it, I'm not sure if we ended up with any shells in the system at the moment. So let me see where we're at. They may have accumulated in here while I was building. Ah, look at that, like junk. Okay. If we put a shell now into this system, let's just drop a couple in, they're going to filter through, and you'll see this click. Well, we'll need a few shells. Now let's just go ahead and stick like half of these in there. Now you can see this is pulsing now because it's only letting through one at a time, and at the same time it's firing the droppers, so it'll cycle those shells through in a steady pattern. And the rest of the loot will get put into this dropper here. Now, that's backed up. What we need to do with that one is just set up a little auto dropper circuit. And I'm actually going to put a block there. Let's see why. We're going to have the comparator read through that block. And then whenever there's items in that dropper, this circuit will fire the dropper. So we can take out some of this extra glass now too. You can see now the items are coming into this top dropper. To eject them from there, we just need a torch on the top. And now this system is going to filter through any items that come in the bottom and pump them out the top. Our less shells get pulled back into the Trident Killer and continuously cycled one at a time. One more tweak here to make this more fit for a remote farm module is to replace these repeaters with redstone dust. Now, in my original build, I thought repeaters would give the right amount of delay there, and they did give good delay, but I've learned a bit more about timing with redstone since I originally designed this, and dust works just fine here. It allows items to get into this hopper. There you can see that, and it is has been relog proof as long as I've tested it, much more so than the repeaters certainly. And then we don't need this reset button any longer. You should have a standalone continuously functioning Nautilus Flux system you can put on a drowned farm that's a full density check 4 or 5 chunks away from your AFK spot if you so desire. Well, I hope you enjoyed this video. I hope this helps out your Minecraft plans, and we'll see you next time.